So in my last video on this Sears project, I got some parts for it. I got new drive belt, new engine pulley, and a muffler. Put them on, and once I finally got this engine to start, it did not run very good, had no power, and it's blowing smoke somewhere that it shouldn't be. So I don't know if the head gasket's bad or the head's warped or there's a crack in the block. I have no idea. Needs a lot of carb work done too. It's leaking gas. I'm just tired of messing with it. I really wanted to keep it on there, but at this point there's just really no sense in messing with it anymore. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just going to take it off and store it somewhere. Might look at it later on for a project, but right now I really just want an engine that's going to be reliable, and I really want to paint this and redo the whole unit. And I bought that international plow to fabricate and put on here, and I'd really like to do that before winter. So yeah, I'm going to be taking this engine off and hopefully putting a new power unit on it. So I got the engine off. So in one of my videos on this unit, I was talking about this drive system. It's a plate that hooks on the side of the Tecumseh that it was manufactured with. And if anything happens to this engine where you don't want it anymore, you're kind of screwed trying to put a different engine on, because this plate has to be able to attach to your engine for the drive system to work, which I think is a major design flaw, but I honestly think they did it on purpose, so then you would reinvest money and parts into these Tecumsehs. So they kind of make you buy their product, so you can't take a Briggs or a Kohler or whatever engines they had at the time and just drop it on here and have it work. So, but I always just cut this plate and then I weld it up underneath the battery tray, not the gas tank, but underneath the battery tray, which is how some models come stock, like this. See how it's like halfway welded on underneath where the battery goes, and it's completely independent. If I take this Predator engine off, that stays, and you can basically put whatever engine on you want. It's a really, really easy drive system, which is why I've always loved these Sears. I used to think that every 10XL was like that, but obviously this one isn't. A lot of the custom 6, 7, and 8 series ones have the same plate that goes on the engine. I always hated them, and so I've always had to fabricate my own tensioner pulley, but once that's done, it's not too bad. I just think it's weird though how the mounting pattern for this Tecumseh that sits on top of these tabs, or whatever you want to call them, risers, I don't know. They pre-drill 4 holes in a rectangle that brand new engines bolt right onto. So I don't know why they drilled those holes when they want you to stay with the Tecumseh that it came with. It's just confusing to me. But anyways, with this engine off, I can throw it up on my bench and really take it apart and look at it. It might be something I can fix. I don't know. I'm just tired of messing with it right now. I already have 3 of the head bolts out. I know these 2 will come off all right. So that leaves me these 4, which I hope would come off, and then I can take the head off and look at it. But I noticed there's underneath here, there's some more nest material, which could be another reason why this engine gets so hot. This engine gets insanely hot when you run it for 5-10 minutes. This the end of this exhaust pipe was purple the other day, just running it for 10 minutes or so. But alright. Well, I'm going to take the rest of this stuff off. I always have to sweep a lot because I have this shop stool, which in my opinion is one of the best things you can ever have if you're working on stuff like this, because you can just wheel around, and the problem is every rock on the ground you catch the wheels on it. But anyway, so I got all of this crap off, all the electrical, all the cables, all the ignition components, which you're probably thinking, why would you do that? Well, I do that on every single project of one of these that I do because I don't end up using them. I usually put engines that are just pull start on, and I hate batteries. I hate them. I hate wiring, I hate grounds, I hate all that stuff. Too impatient for it. But the nice thing about taking all that stuff off is you can really take a look at what you're working with, and gives you a chance to deep clean it. At some point I'm gonna spray this down with degreaser and power wash it so it's all clean. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to cut this off, which I talked about in one of my previous videos on this machine. Usually I cut it about right there, and then with this gone, then you have room for another engine on there, just like I did on this one. So really I just need to cut this off, weld up that drive tensioner. These tabs underneath, I gotta cut and grind those off. That way the engine sits flush on the front there and I can bolt it in. Then the belt and everything should hook right up. And this one I might not be using a stock Sears grill on. I have a custom grill right here that I made long time ago. And this engine will be sitting back farther. once I cut that gas tank support, but then it just hooks up on the front and you can put a hood on and ain't bad. Can't wait to clean this up and paint it. Get that plow hooked up to it. So anyways, I'll have a update video coming when I wash it up and get all those things fixed on it. Should be pretty cool. Thanks for watching.